Renegade Immortal Episode 188. In the previous episode, Wang Lin confronted a short old man who had once underestimated him. The old cultivator, arrogant and powerful, had summoned 8 elite celestial guardians and even a phantom of a middle-aged celestial emperor to strike fear into Wang Lin. Yet, Wang Lin advanced calmly, his mastery over the underworld river turning the tide. He shattered the illusionary celestial emperor, absorbed the energy of the 8 celestial guardians, and trapped their bodies, leaving them helpless. At the end of the previous episode, the old man, desperate and furious, unleashed hundreds of celestial beast feeds to overwhelm Wang Lin. But with perfect timing, Wang Lin summoned the qilin from his soul flag, a beast whose eyes burned with hunger and power, ready to face the swarm. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. Celestial qilin. After the short old man saw Wang Lin release a qilin, he suddenly realized that something was wrong. Then he saw the qilin's gaze and his heart trembled. The qilin was no ordinary beast. Its presence carried an invisible weight, a majestic aura that seemed to affect everything around it. The celestial beast feeds nearby sensed this instantly. They quivered and trembled, as if their very instincts screamed that a natural predator had appeared. A predator stronger than anything they had ever known. Their shrill cries echoed through the air. Frantic and panicked, without hesitation, they tried to flee, but the qilin's gaze alone froze them in place. Even the cultivators on the ground were affected. Their bodies shivered as though struck by a subtle but agonizing pain. Green lines appeared on their heads, condensing into faint glowing dots that signified some hidden vulnerability the qilin instinctively recognized. The short old man, who had been observing the scene with a mixture of pride and caution, became dumbfounded. He could not believe the terrifying level of control and presence this qilin commanded. The qilin, sensing the panic and weakness of its surroundings, released a subtle, invisible gas from its nostrils. This gas was not ordinary. It contained a force that, though unseen, carried immense power. It spread across the area like a roaring wave. The celestial beast feeds froze completely, no longer daring to move or escape. Calmly, the qilin approached them and absorbed every one of the feeds. The celestial beast feeds transformed into a concentrated energy, a nutritious essence that the qilin absorbed effortlessly, replenishing its own strength. Even after this display, the qilin's attention shifted to the green dots marking the cultivators' heads. Its gaze lingered, hungry, indicating that it was not yet satisfied. The short old man's face darkened with urgency. Realizing the severity of the situation, he quickly drew an item from his bag of holding, a brush. Its body was crystal clear, reflecting the light in dazzling patterns, while the tip remained snow white, untouched and immaculate. The moment he lifted the brush, a majestic aura radiated from it, so powerful that even the qilin instinctively reared back slightly, displaying a rare hint of surprise. With eyes blazing, the short old man glared at Wang Lin and shouted, "Little brat Wang Lin, since you recognize the celestial beast feed, do you recognize this?" Wang Lin's eyes narrowed, but he said nothing. Calmly, he activated his bag of holding, summoning the God Slaying War Chariot. With its true inheritance now unlocked, the previous weakness of slow activation had vanished. The short old man, feeling confident in his artifact, tried to intimidate Wang Lin, boasting about how he had carried this brush since the celestial realm and had used it to enlighten lower realm cultivators. He threatened Wang Lin, demanding he leave immediately or face the consequences. Wang Lin, however, spoke with an unwavering calm. "You do not need to keep telling me to leave. I have already noticed that, although you are at the mid-stage of Ascendant, you are like those celestial guardians. None of you have any origin energy inside your bodies." This revelation struck the short old man to his core. His deepest secret, the very foundation of his perceived power, had been exposed. Humiliation and rage surged through him as he waved the brush violently and coughed up a mouthful of blood. With the brush, he drew a single symbol, and the moment it appeared, a powerful force radiated from it, stretching outward with majestic might. Wang Lin, for the first time since entering the demon spirit land, revealed a hint of shock, but his shock soon transformed into excitement. He stared intently at the symbol, then at the brush itself. This symbol was one he had encountered before on the path outside the cave. A symbol he had studied repeatedly but had never managed to reproduce with power. And now, even a single stroke drawn by the short old man radiated authentic, tangible strength. Wang Lin's understanding deepened, and his heart raced with anticipation. The short old man could feel Wang Lin's piercing gaze, a gaze reminiscent of the qilin's intense focus on the celestial beast feeds. At that moment, Wang Lin released the strongest battle intent he had shown since entering the demon spirit land. He pointed at the God Slaying War Chariot and commanded, "Thunder Beast." In an instant, the skies darkened, and lightning streaked violently from the clouds, striking directly upon the chariot. The silver-horned Thunder Beast materialized under the impact, roaring with earth-shaking power. Clouds twisted and rumbled as the heavens themselves seemed to bend under the Thunder Beast's voice. The qilin joined in with a roar of its own, shaking the green dots off the cultivators' heads. Wang Lin's enemies were powerless against these combined forces. The symbol drawn by the brush flew toward Wang Lin, yet the Thunder Beast's lightning struck it repeatedly. Each strike weakened the symbol, preventing the short old man from utilizing its full potential. Stunned and terrified, he had no choice but to flee. Though he had spent centuries gathering cultivators, building celestial guardians, and amassing treasures, his carefully constructed power meant nothing in the face of Wang Lin's overwhelming strength. Despite being a mid-stage ascendant, the old man could barely match Wang Lin's abilities. His treasures, though abundant, could not be fully utilized. Their power was mostly inaccessible to him. Panic surged as he attempted to escape through fire bursts and teleportation, vanishing from one location only to reappear in another. But Wang Lin's pursuit was relentless. His eyes blazed with fervor, not from the desire to kill, but from the treasure the old man carried. He would not allow it to slip away. Wang Lin activated his greater teleportation spell. Spreading his divine sense across the void, he located the old man 15,000 kilometers away and pursued him without hesitation. In desperation, the short old man threw the celestial brush into the void, attempting to deny Wang Lin the prize, while simultaneously forming a protective seal around his body. His speed increased 100-fold, yet he knew this alone would not be enough. In his final act of desperation, he invoked the celestial capture net. Muttering to himself, he pleaded, "Compared to the divine soul brush, my control of this celestial capture net is even weaker. I beg you, celestial capture net, this time you must recognize the right enemy. It can be considered fate that I found you, right? This time you must not trap me." The old man's fear and hesitation were palpable. This net was strange and unpredictable. He had experimented with it before, accidentally trapping himself multiple times. After a long moment of deliberation, he finally committed to its use, unwilling to give up despite the risks. After that, he hesitated for a long time, but he wasn't willing to give up, so he tried again. This resulted in him trapping himself for another 3 days. It was only at the third attempt that he managed to trap the piece of wood he was using for this experiment. In this episode, we saw Wang Lin summon a majestic celestial qilin, a powerful beast that overwhelmed the celestial beast feeds and even affected nearby cultivators. The qilin devoured the feeds and shook out hidden green dots from the cultivators' heads. Showing its incredible strength, we also witnessed Wang Lin confronting the short old man, revealing his deepest secret, and witnessing the extraordinary power of a single stroke from a celestial brush. With the God Slaying War Chariot and the Thunder Beast, Wang Lin displayed overwhelming battle intent, forcing the old man into desperate escape. In the end, the short old man resorted to the mysterious celestial capture net, a tool he had struggled to control for years, showing just how unpredictable and dangerous the situation had become. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates on Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.